Alright, hey, what is up, guys? Yeah, I'm back after a month. That's fine. Besides that, I hope everyone's doing well, especially with the... Oh, wait, I can't say it on YouTube. It's banned. The thing, right? You know, that thing? You know, the thing that's disrupting everyone's lives and stuff? Yeah. But besides that, today, we're just gonna look at workshop map made by DMC. Basically, I'm gonna be covering aerial car control in Rocket League. Basically, I'm just gonna break it down and make it simple so that when you're practicing, you can kind of get the hang of it, see, you know, what's going on and all that stuff. Again, I apologize if I'm whispering. I'm just recording kind of late. Let's just get into the map. I'm gonna show you kind of what it looks like and just do my best to teach you what Rocket League aerial car control really is and all that stuff. So let's get into it. Okay, everyone, we have loaded into the map. This is kind of what it looks like at the start. They have their leaderboards. Take a shot at it if you really want to. That's up to you, but there's leaderboards. And the only thing here on the map to do is just to get through the course, right? But before we start with the course, I need to show you guys like a quick demonstration of what I feel Rocket League aerial car control really is. I can show you right here. I don't have to do anything fancy. So let's go ahead and let's break down what aerial car control really is, right? If we get down to the core base of what flying in the game is really, then we can basically understand, you know, what's going on, right? If we understand the physics, it makes everything else make a lot more sense. So I have my controller down there on screen so you guys can see the buttons I'm pressing. Hopefully that's helpful. But basically, there's three ways that your car works in the air, at least the way I look at it. So right now, my car, I can see the top side, right? I can control my car, and no matter, right now, whatever position it's in, I can see the top side of the car. Now, what happens is when we turn our car around so that we can see the bottom, our controls flip. So I'm gonna do some crazy movement, you know, like this, right? Okay, and now I'm gonna turn myself around and it's gonna be like inverted controls almost, right? So now those same movements just keep myself afloat are different than when you could see the top side of the car. So your controls kind of flip around now because you're facing a different direction. So your left and right and your backwards and forwards, they switch up a little bit when you do that. All right. And then our last position, so the first position I showed you was the car side, the top side, right? We have the second one, which is turning your car around. And then our third is being sideways. So it's kind of like that weird in-between, seeing both sides, right? Again, once again, your controls will change as to how to keep yourself afloat. That's the basic version of breaking down what flying is, because there's top side, underside, and then sideways. I like to think of aerial car control as like omnidirectional, so every direction is included when you're flying. There's not a single direction that gets left out when you're flying, because if you leave out the left side or the right side of your stick movement, then you're missing a direction, and it's gonna hinder your flight. And in my opinion, I feel that if you can get all three of those, I'm gonna call them formations of flying down, and you just practice them, then your aerial car control will get a lot better. All right, so now here's where it gets complicated, right? We have to use what is called air roll. Now you don't have to use air roll for everything, but I feel personally that if you don't know how to control your car with air roll, then it's gonna make everything very confusing, because when you feel like you're out of position or you need to air roll, but you don't know how to air roll correctly, then everything goes to whack. So I'm gonna show you the difference between air roll and non-air roll. So let's start with non-air roll. So right now, I'm doing everything without using my air roll button. Just for your information, my air roll button is triangle. So I can keep myself afloat without using any air roll whatsoever. I don't need it because I have that control. But how about when I do need air roll? Then let's switch to air roll. And I'm not gonna take air roll off at all. I'm gonna hold it, I'm gonna keep myself afloat. All right, now we've got spins, or you can call them cucks or twists. But basically, I'm able to keep myself afloat while holding air roll. Now, why is this useful? You might ask. You know, you might be thinking, oh, he's just freestyling. That's all he's doing. He's got that practice down. I don't need to practice that. But in fact, you do need to practice this. And the reason why is because if you want to air roll at any point in your game and you don't know how to control yourself when air rolling, then it makes flying harder. And this adds to those moments where you just need to hit the ball in the right way, the right angle. But you just can't do it because you don't know how to air roll your car and keep yourself up. I also like to break down air roll into two sections. So there's air roll right, and then there's air roll left. Now, when you have air roll right and air roll left mastered, you have all directions controlled for what is air roll. If you have all directions mastered and practiced for non-air roll, every single direction on your stick and do the same for air roll, your aerial car control will be very, very superior in comparison to everyone else. If you can do this and someone else can't, then you're already doing better than they are. So the reason that my aerial car control is so good is because I have both of these things mastered. I have them practiced down, they're stuck in my head. Okay, so hopefully that demonstration helped make sense of what aerial car control is in this game. It's basically you just controlling your car in every direction while in the air. Now I'm going to do a couple runs of this DMC map. I'm going to show you what it looks like going through the whole map using no air roll, using all air roll, and then maybe tornado spins, maybe, not sure. I'm just going to show you basically what you can do, what is possible, things that maybe you're like, why is this so hard? I can show you what it is you need to work on to make it less hard. I'm going to go ahead and play the rest of the video showing these runs of me doing specific types of aerial car control, and hopefully by the time that's done, it'll help you make a little bit more sense. Also, I'll put the map down in the description, or I can tell you like the title of it in the Steam Workshop or whatever, so you guys can go get it yourself on PC. Now, if you're not on PC, that's fine. There's other ways to do this. At the end of the video, I have a demonstration for the console players and how they can practice their aerial car control. But enough of me talking, let's just get these runs going. guys, there you have it, all 5 of my runs on the DMC map. As you can clearly see, there is lots of ways to practice your aerial car control. You know, there's lots of ways to go about it, and hopefully those different runs have shown you kind of like what aerial car control is, and I hope you guys can use this advice to help you guys practice and just get better at what is aerial car control in Rocket League. So as you guys could see, my aerial left and my tornado spins are my weakest parts of my aerial car control game because they had the slowest run times. So me being a grand champ player, I still have stuff I could work on, right? Because there's those faults in my play, you know, with the aerial left and the tornado spins. Even though they're not like the most crucial things in the world, I think they're crucial in just being a better player. So yes, I'm grand champ, but there's still stuff I could work on. But if you're not grand champ, then obviously, yeah, there's stuff you could work on. And of course, I know that you console players want to get in on this action too, even though you're not on PC. So I'm going to show you guys real quick what you can do in console. So if you go ahead and go to make a private match, go into the settings of that private match, and you can put on this arena called Pillars. You can put match length unlimited and boost amount unlimited, put on your region, and then make that match. Okay, so now that we're loaded in, we have 2 ways of practicing, in my opinion. First way you can practice is you can circle the ball. So basically, you do your normal flying like you normally would, you just circle the ball. So you could do all the things that those runs were doing. So you could do no air roll, you could do only air roll, do all that if you want. So just circle the ball, that's an option. Or better yet, you don't want to circle the ball, you can use these pillars, the map called Pillars, obviously. So you can do like little figure 8s around these pillars and get your practice in that way. So you can do your bob and weave, right? Just do like 4 or 5 figure 8s of these pillars, and it's basically the same practice. So you guys on console can use these pillars to help with your aerial car control. It's honestly just the same practice, just it looks different than the PC. Alright guys, that will be the end of the video, and I hope that everything I showed you today is going to help you out in your practice. If you guys enjoyed the video, then it would be highly appreciated if you could hit that like button and maybe subscribe if you're interested. And speaking of subscribing, you guys absolutely smashed it on that last video on a beginner's guide to Rocket League. Like, I got so many new people. You know, it's my 2nd most viewed video on the channel, and it was only up for like a month, you know what I'm saying? So I'm really happy about that, and thank you guys for watching. It means a lot. Thank you guys for all the support. Let me know down in the comments if you guys give these drills a try, and tell me how you do. But without further ado, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.